Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickard. Back in the co-host seat, Danny Berg. Welcome back, Danny
Thanks,
Berg.
man. Appreciate the invite.
We brought Eric jinxed you last week. We're bringing you back in, Eric mentions your undefeated streak. I'm not going to mention anything, but Eric is out, you're back in.
Well, got to get back on the winning track, and maybe this is it.
Yes, and we're talking soccer today. So who else better to have than our own in-house soccer expert? Not only are you the best coach in Lackawanna County at the high school level, you are the most successful women's soccer coach in Lackawanna College history also. So, we're having soccer Coach Smith and some of his players on, so who better to have than Danny
Well,
Berg?
I appreciate it. It's in my wheelhouse. I like to think that's why you guys keep me around. And I'm really looking forward to talking with Coach Smith and some of his players.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what soccer is up to, because we're trying to touch base with all of our, our athletic teams over this time, and we haven't had a chance to talk soccer yet, so it'll be interesting what's going on.
Yeah.
And they're out there enjoying this nice weather. Not so much nice today when we're recording, but, they've had, some good weather to go out there and do some skill development.
Yeah, it's been the best fall that I can remember in a really long time. Versus getting rained out and games playing back to back, being inside at Riverfront Sports, being stuck inside our student union gym. They're coming in from all over the place to get some training sessions in, and the weather's been beautiful.
Right, and it'll be exciting to see where we're at women's program-wise. Since a couple years ago, we had very limited participation, and then no participation, and then the last year actually having a full team. So it'll be interesting to see where we're at.
Yeah, the programs are really growing, and Coach Smith having that continuity of staying in for his second season and actually his third season here because he was an assistant coach, just having the flow.
Yep.
He's able to establish a program, get a structure. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can build.
So let's talk about you. We haven't talked to you in a while, right? So what's new? We knew the Valley View Cougars are district playoff bound, coming off a little bit of a losing streak, but we're going to turn that around.
We are, yeah. We're qualified for the PIAA District 2 playoffs. It starts next Monday. Looks like we're going to be a 3 seed, which we're extremely proud of. Unprecedented times. The kids really rallied around it,
right.
And having an 8-4 season is successful, I think, in any year. But this year, it's been absolutely extraordinary.
If someone didn't mention your winning streak last week on the show, do you think you would be the 1 seed?
I don't think we would be the 1 seed. We might have reached 2.
All right.
And then the 2-3 slot's been tough. I will say that, North Pocono's had our number. They got us twice in our last 2 games at 1-0. But it allowed us to really get prepared for the playoffs. As the coach, not that there's really a good loss, but that level of competition is what's going to prepare us for the playoffs.
Right. And we're not going to mention who mentioned your winning streak.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's good to lose a couple games before going into the postseason. So he's probably just thinking ahead,
I think all of his years in athletics, he really just kind of was just trying to help me out.
Yeah, probably so. We were, before we started recording too, you were involved a lot in the scheduling for our athletic teams. So right. We are really, in that challenging situation of who we could play, who we can't play.
Right.
Seasons are starting soon. It's almost November. I think when this comes out, it's November. So how is schedule building going as far as athletics here at Lackawanna?
It's a roller coaster because we generated schedules,
right.
Through the winter sports and for the spring sports, everything's taking place in the spring semester, and that has changed on a daily basis. And then most recently with the announcement of several teams within our region not having spring sports at
right.
all has really affected all of our sports except for football right now from our scheduling. So it's hard because we had them plugged in for a home and away or maybe 2 home and aways, because they were close enough so it works travel-wise. Now that they're not playing, kind of scrambling a little bit to try to find opponents that aren't more than 3 or 4 hours away. We can't put our student athletes on the road that long all the time. They got to focus on their academics. So it's challenging,
yep.
But I'm up to the challenge. A lot of support from our staff, connections that someone might have with certain athletic
right.
directors. Coach McCary's been great with baseball because of his contacts. Scheduling Monroe Community College out of Rochester, a home and home. So there's
right.
4 games. But, it's the trend. Everybody's in the same boat. So the good news is a lot of schools are willing to be understanding
right.
about the need for flexibility. And we've been so competitive through the years at Lackawanna that everybody wants us on their schedule.
Well,
we're a measuring stick.
Right. And I was going to mention that too, is that, as of now, we're open for business. So, schools probably know hey, if we need someone on the schedule, we could reach out to
Yeah, and we've
Lackawanna
been real fortunate, and I'm thankful to the administration for allowing that to happen,
Yep.
so that I can go out and schedule these schools, knowing that unless they're get some restrictions or they don't have enough participants, we're ready to go.
Good.
We're ready to go, and like you said, it's a roller coaster, man. It's I'm up to the challenge. It's fun. It makes the job interesting.
It does.
It's not the same every day.
No.
I can tell you that.
Yep.
But yeah, again, just everybody pitching in and really helping, and then the coaches understanding that what we're trying to do is for the best for their program.
Right, exactly. So, and that's always important. We always do what's best for each program. So, but speaking of programs, let's get ready for soccer. Coach Smith, I know we have a women's and a men's soccer player ready to go too, and we're going to chit-chat a little bit.
Can't wait to see who they
All
are.
right, stay tuned. Talking men's, women's soccer in a moment. Take flight.
You only get so many opportunities to follow your dreams, to make your mark in this world, to lay the foundation for your future. So never stop dreaming, creating, advancing, because there's something bigger in store for all of us. At Lackawanna College, we prepare our students to make their mark, to help change the world we live in, and to become tomorrow's legacies. It's who we are. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Falcons Corner. Today we're talking a lot of men's, women's soccer. Joining us is Coach Les Smith and two of his players, Noah Barr and Rachel Apsley. Soccer gang, thanks for joining us, taking a couple minutes out of your day today. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm great.
Good. Can't complain.
Danny's on the call with us too. Danny is our in-house athletic department resident soccer expert, so he's going to get into all those technical questions. But Coach, let me just start with you. How unique has this fall been for you and your players, and what have you done to overcome everything to get where we're at today?
Well, I'll tell you this, it's been very, very, very unique, and it's been very tough to overcome. But, the coaching staff, my supervisor, the ADs, everybody has been very great. There's a lot of flexibility. The players are dedicated. I mean, we have players that are driving 3 hours away to attend trainings.
Awesome. And Rachel, how different has this fall been to you with actually no competitive soccer for you to play? And how have you overcome online learning?
Honestly, like my mom always says, like when something like gets taken away from you, like you realize like how like you miss it. And that's what's going on. It really, it's crazy.
Has this fall and not being able to play this fall motivated even to work even harder to get ready for your spring season now?
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to it, and to get in again and with new girls, and there's so much to look forward to, and I'm just, no matter what, like I'm not gonna give up.
Good. And no, I know I asked before we started recording because you were was a main fixture in the Falcon Fitness Center, right? So I hope you're still getting your workouts in and still working hard and getting some stuff in for you.
Yeah, definitely, all the time, every day.
First, I'll start with Rachel. You mentioned twice, appreciating something a little bit more that it could be taken away from you. So, along with getting ready for the upcoming season, what do you feel that you appreciate more about having it taken away from you and looking forward to doing more than just playing?
I think just the whole, when you're at college, you have this schedule and a way of living, and just being at home, it's everyone's at school, and like it was just everything's so unexpected. And with learning too, it's everyone's in the same position right now, and that's what I have to remember. And you just have to, it is what it is. So
Right. And Noah, I'll start with you. I noticed that you're doing some coaching with your old high school team.
Yeah, I've been coaching staff with Delmore High School since the season started.
Right. So what do you think, seeing the game from Coach Smith's perspective, will be helpful for you going into the spring season?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, you see a lot more when you're on the sidelines than when you are on the field. So, I mean, when there's those little things, especially that coach is telling me that I did wrong or something like that, I have to realize and step back and look at it from his perspective, because he's most likely going to be right. So
I think he's kissing up to you there, Coach Smith, which is good.
And Danny, let me interrupt you for a second.
Coach Smith, I mean, it's awesome that you definitely are doing things the right way when you tell us that you have players coming 3 hours for training sessions that are only about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Can you give us a little bit more insight into what you're able to accomplish at your training sessions and maybe an outlook based on what you have seen so far, or at least some of the meetings you've had with both programs, both the women and the men?
Team bonding is always important. That's the girls get a chance. So we have it's about Saturdays are about a 4-hour practice from 9 to 1, where at one point we stop at around 11 o'clock. They go grab lunch and they all bring it back and sit and talk and laugh and eat their lunch. So that team bonding is very important. Last year I look at one of our big issues we're finishing. So we've been working a lot on finishing and shooting. I mean, even they wouldn't be surprised if we had a 4-hour practice. 2 hours of it is probably finishing.
I wish I played for you then back when I was playing, because I would love that.
Coach, talk a little bit about like the makeup of your roster. I know, like I said, even we've been known to have a lot of international, men and women join us. So during COVID times, has that been a challenge, building that roster, recruiting, and all that different stuff that goes on?
It's been a challenge due to COVID. So I've had players from, New York, maybe 3 hours away, who due to the virus, they were fearful of coming this far to school. And literally the LOI was done, the conversation with the parents were done, and the last minute thought of, what if something goes wrong? My child will be too far. So those issues have definitely impacted some of the players that I was looking at recruiting.
Yeah, I mean, we're just really excited to have you guys back. I mean, I had the ability finally to be able to see some of the matches last year. And selfishly, the women's side, I served as coach for 10 years until 2015. And seeing the progress that you've made with the women's team has been awesome. Rachel, you're such a strong player, especially using that left foot, man. I appreciate that. So it just the job that you've done is pretty incredible. And I know personally, I'm also looking forward to seeing Noah back on the field. He's a local kid that I saw play in high school, and he had an ACL tear, right? So
Yeah,
you're chomping at the bit to be able to get back and play.
I think you made a good point with Rachel. And so, Rachel's one of those players where she came in, she was a great leader on and off the field and throughout the summer. And so 2 days ago, Rachel, I think I announced and told her that she's going to be one of the captains for next year, starting as of today. So
congratulations.
And then Rachel, we know Noah's been working out. He's got his gym set up in his basement and stuff too. What have you been doing in your free time, between, traveling for soccer practices and online learning? What does your free time look like?
And then I have a field in the backyard, and my brother plays soccer. So, we work together, and yeah.
Awesome, good. And Coach, I just want before we leave, I don't know if Danny has anything else, but those of people out there watching that are familiar with Falcon Athletics and our soccer program know that your daughter was a member of the team for a couple years. How is she doing? Where's she at? How's she handling this whole COVID situation?
Well, she's in a school in West Virginia, Glenville State, and I mean, I'll tell you this: they're practicing every single day, like there is no COVID.
Yeah. Danny, got anything left before we go?
I'm good. I'm just thankful to be able to have some of the soccer folks on Falcons Corner, and puts me in my element.
Well, gang, I mean, we didn't want to keep you too long, so we appreciate you taking a couple minutes out of your day. Best of luck to our 2 student athletes finishing up the rest of their semester. Best of luck to Coach Smith, as he's entering into his second full season. And best of luck. Stay safe out there. All right, gang?
Thank you.
Yep.
you too.
All right, have a good one.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back on the Falcons Corner. Stay tuned.
At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world, but we will change how you think, how you attack problems, and overcome limitations, how you push yourself to turn challenges into opportunities. It's an experience that'll change your life, and maybe then you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Hey, everybody, back on the Falcons Corner, voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickert. I don't even know what your title is. Like, what's your official title? Like, besides, like, Danny will do it.
But coordinator
Like Daniel-
of athletic operations, Danny will do it, AKA good guy to know.
All right. So, voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickert, with good guy to know, Danny Berg, because that's all just way too much. But thanks for chipping in with that soccer conversation, because as much as I love sports and I watch sports, like I'll watch a little bit of soccer, but I don't know much about soccer.
That's all right.
I know enough. Like I know when it should be a goal kick. I know when it should be a corner.
Okay.
Like I know all that. But like some technical stuff, like when you mentioned like kicking with the left foot, it's left, I don't know.
Right, just everybody's so right hand dominant, right leg dominant that sometimes when you slide in, you're a lefty, like I was, which was to my benefit. You got to appreciate it.
Yeah, just kind of like with Rocky Balboa was a southpaw. Is that
right?
what you're saying?
Yeah, similar.
So,
you set them up.
There was a reason why
unexpected.
Apollo's trainer did not want any piece of Balboa's because he was a southpaw. Yeah, so if you're a left-footed kicker, I guess that's the same.
That's why
thing.
no one wants a piece of me.
But I'd be excited to see, like you said, soccer, get going in the spring because we missed seeing them this fall.
Yeah, and it's not traditional, right?
Yep.
So just like in this year, it's giving them enough time to prepare to be ready to play.
Yep.
And it seems like they're really excited about it. They talked about like appreciating things a lot more.
Yeah.
And that's good to hear for, kids who are 18 to 20 years old, really realizing something can be taken away and not taking it for granted. So I think that's going to, show in their play in the spring.
Right, and then we hope with them and all of our student athletes that, they just grind it out for the next month or so because, it's November, finals are coming up, it's almost Thanksgiving, the semester's going to be over. So all this hard work with this really something they weren't expecting of online learning for the whole semester will hopefully pay off, pretty soon.
Yeah, and then once they recognize it, they can recharge over the break.
Yep.
And then get themselves here in January and be ready to go.
Now you joined us at lunch last week at our social distance going away party for Sam. Food from the downtown deli. How was your downtown deli brunch lunch?
Fantastic. They always deliver. I had a breakfast bowl.
All right.
And it's the best around. I'm telling you. Downtown Deli, and all their food is great, but I'm obsessed with their breakfast bowl and their breakfast burrito.
We're trying hard for downtown deli.
I know.
We do our best we can for them.
Sponsorship.
Anything, and Gahan Auto gave my son a car.
Ooh.
Well, didn't give a car, but they helped him out pretty good.
Sounds good.
Gahan Auto, downtown deli on a big, 12-foot, 16-foot scores table up in the gymnasium.
Just flashing through.
Beautiful.
Drive your car from Gahan Auto to downtown deli.
Yep.
Can't beat it.
And throw the menu up there.
Yeah.
Just throw pictures of some cars with some prices. To me, it's a no-brainer.
Just spitballing here, right?
Yeah. But all right. I'm exhausted. It is a dreary day out today. So it's nap time.
Oh, I mean, this could be
Baby Berg taking it. Does he nap?
He naps. He naps pretty well when he's at daycare, not so much when he's with dad.
How is he? Because Baby Berg, Elijah, was with us for our downtown deli luncheon. He doesn't like to sit in the car seat. He doesn't like to be in the stroller.
No, as was shown clear as day to everybody. He's all happy-go-lucky all the time, smiling at everybody, and then you try to put him in the car seat or a stroller.
And we were concerned leaving Eric and I about, Elijah not getting into the car seat. Did you get him in the car seat? We're going to leave it at this. Did you get him in the car seat okay? Did you get him buckled up on that ride home last week?
Well, I'm glad you were concerned so much that you left. But yes, we got him in. We got him buckled in.
We've been there and done that. We know that getting them in the car seat,
it's brutal. But we got him there. He managed to go home. He managed to eat all weekend. He managed to get a little bit bigger. And he'll be celebrating his first Halloween.
Good.
And he is going as a tiger.
Very nice.
Which
Not a
means
cougar.
Father is going as, what do you think?
Tiger?
Dan Exotic.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, we're going to have to stay tuned for next week's edition of the Falcons Corner so we could get more into Dan Exotic talk. So with that, we are going to leave it there. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. We tune into all of our social media and LC Fan Networks, right? So LC Fan Network on YouTube, go back and watch all our past events.
Yeah.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Esports, on fire.
Oof. Killing it.
Killing it down there. Killing it down there. Inspiring Coach Duda to get better.
Yes, every day.
Yep. So we're going to leave it there. Everyone, have a great week. We'll talk to you next week on the Falcons Corner. Take flight.